Hey everyone. Well, I think it would be very fair to say that a 9-year is not really meant to be an easy year. In this case, it's the entire world living out a 9-year. Tough enough when you're in a personal one, but when it's the world, it's a little bit tougher. This is the last, obviously, the 9-year is the last of a 9-year cycle. It's usually messy and unpredictable. Not that it has to be that way, but it very much usually is. If you add to what we're seeing for a usual 9-year without the upheavals that we've seen, you can add to that the unexpected and shock and surprise that we're all seeing playing out, which is really the recipe for a year that can feel very unstable and can kind of throw in that sense of fear and scariness of what's happening next. The reason for that unpredictability is the lack of vision that comes with the 9. In a 9-year, you can only see one step ahead, not 10. So even that one step requires a degree of trust because it doesn't fully show up until you actually take the step. It's a little bit like one of those dancing games where you step onto the blocks. The blocks don't light up until you actually take the step and step onto them, and then they illuminate. But you don't know that until you put your foot down. So if you're currently in a 9 personal year, my advice is to expect the unexpected, roll with the punches, know that this is change and meet that change. So now that the world is experiencing her 9-year of the 9-year cycle, a lot of people have a sense of instability. And again, I would say on the global scale, meet that with expecting the unexpected. So the fallout from the tariffs and then the backtrack and then the trade war we're seeing will ultimately change what we've known about commerce, buying and selling between countries. We have become so used to the ease of a global trade economy that in some ways it's taken over from local trade. So what we're seeing here in amongst all the mess is an opportunity to change that now. So I guess if you can kind of not buy into the fear and freak show that's happening, that would be great. There will be more shocks to come, by the way, but if you can stand back and watch the bigger picture, you will be in a better place to roll with the punches and to kind of see the changes that are happening as a crumbling. So we're seeing the endings that come with the last year of a 9-year cycle. So whatever hasn't been working up to this point is coming to an end, and it never looks pretty at the time. The upheaval will continue for a little while longer, so hold on to your hats and your faith and your kindness. Along with one of the keynotes of 9 is, I've spoken about this before, is trust. But the other keynotes are humanitarianism and universal love. So we're looking at compassion, tolerance and forgiveness here, human kindness. And we will see those acts played out globally, even while we are watching situations that look like the opposite of those traits. So we will see people come together. That is part of the lesson of the 9, I guess. Every number has 2 sides, of course, the yin and the yang. So while there is a lot that looks quite negative, there is equally the opposite happening. So you could consider this year a clearing up of old problems, sweeping out the cobwebs, uncertainty with what you'll find, and some of what you do will bring a sense of disappointment. It's emotional and it's exhausting, so please take care of yourselves. But it is true, the universe loves a vacuum. So the purpose of the 9-year in every 9-year cycle is to clear out, make way for the new, and the new can't come in until the old moves out. So old structures that have lost their integrity will crumble. What has been working well will usually stay, but those things that haven't been, and in this case worldwide operations, will need to change so that we can usher in the new way of doing things. And it's coming. not necessarily this year. We will see glimpses later in the year, but we won't see the full picture until 2026. So we've still got a little way to go. So anyway, thanks for listening. Hit me up in the comments section if you have any thoughts or questions. I'd love to hear about what you see happening and how things are playing out for you.